This is BBC Radio 6 Music.
Chris Hawkins.
Hi, I'm Holly.
And I'm David.
And we are the Lovely Eggs. And this is Chris Hawkins' Hometown Glory Guide to Lancaster. Lancaster's a little bit like the Twin Peaks of the North, where the pigeons are not what they seem.
Anyway, I suppose we better start off with the proper touristy stuff. I guess the most famous thing in Lancaster is the castle, which is old.
It is old, and it's right bang slap in the centre of Lancaster. You can see it from everywhere you are. We've also got the Ashton Memorial, which is if you're stood at the castle, you can look up on the hill, and if you look out across the city, you see this big, like, jelly mould building, and that's the Ashton Memorial.
That's kind of where all the families go on Sunday to walk the dogs and walk the kids.
Right, now we're going to bring you into our world. This is the world of Egg, and it starts here at Lancaster Music Co-op.
Yeah, the Music Co-op is where we all practice and record. We've recorded the last 5 albums there. Well, 6 coming up.
Yeah.
But it's kind of run down, and it's got a real good vibe to it, and it forms the centre of the music scene in Lancaster, I suppose.
I think there are quite a few bands knocking about in Lancaster, though. It's got quite a lot of bands for the size of the town, don't you think?
There's loads, yeah.
Mr. Ben and the Bens, they're a Lancaster band. They came on tour with us last year for our This Is Eglin tour, and we've got Dog Daisies. They're coming on tour with us next year for our new album tour, which is in April. We've got a good percentage of bands. I think we punch above our weight, really. A good thing I would recommend if you'd never been to Lancaster before is the art of people watching. So you can just buy your pasty from the Pound Bakery, sit down at the fountain at Market Square, where
the fountain's gone.
There isn't a fountain, but everyone calls it the fountain. And you sit there and you eat your pasty and just watch the world go by. One of the big institutions in Lancaster is the Yorkshire House.
Yeah, that's kind of where we all started playing gigs and that. All the pubs put on music in Lancaster, which is brilliant.
But it's a really good vibe. It's a sweat dripping off the ceiling place.
Another good pub in town is the Golden Lion, which is like a proper old traditional. They have loads of bands on there. Kind of pretty small. It's crazy when they put a band on, it just gets really rammed.
I think our favourite pubs in Lancaster are the traditional boozers. Three Mariners, John and Gaunt.
We like that. Yeah, we like those. There's a great new venue just opened up in town. We played our last gig there in the Lancaster Music Festival, which is a big festival in town, and it was this place called Cantina.
It's like an old pop factory.
Yeah, it's a massive place. Obviously, in its name, Cantina, it was set up for food, so there's some great places in there. Like, sort of kind of set up like a festival, isn't it?
Yeah, it is like a mini festival in one big massive warehouse.
But if you like to eat in traditional style,
I'd say Pizza Margarita down the road is one of our favourites.
It's good.
But also we love our Mexican food. There's a place called Go Burrito as well, which is very popular among people of Lancaster. We've also got our fair share of chippies. I think my favourite is Hodgson's on Prospect Street.
Yeah, I like the Key one, which is down by the canal.
Because it serves booze.
What we used to do after the pubs is to try and find a good party.
We'd get 4 cans or whatever in a plastic bag and wander up to like a studenty area of town, like somewhere like Moorlands or something, and we'd look for a dirty windowsill with some scratchy neck curtains and a spider plant, and we'd be like, that's Studentsville, there's a party going on there, let's go in. And we did, and they say, oh, he's knock on the door, is John there? And they just let you in and you just walk in, there's your party. And that's what our song Goofing Around in Lancashire took inspiration from. And that is our Hometown Glory Guide to Lancaster. I hope it's given you a little bit of insight into what life up here is really like. See you in Eglin.
6 Music.
Fierce, fiery music by the Lovely Eggs. This decision, and thanks so much to Holly and David for their guide to Lancaster for Hometown Glory this morning. Are you listening there now? Are you from there? Have you ever been? Apparently there are more pubs per square mile in Lancaster than anywhere else. Lancaster for Hometown Glory. If you've got a story, then chris.6music@bbc.co.uk.